I believe motherhood for me has been one of the hardest, most important journeys of my life. I know I'm not the only mom out there that has found motherhood to be kind of a lonely existence. And when I felt the most lonely, it's when I have created something and invited others to come and join me at that table. And that's what this book is. Deserts to Mountaintops, The Pilgrimage of Motherhood is an anthology of 22 women's stories as they've traveled to motherhood, through motherhood, and away from motherhood.
We're told that if you have sex, you're going to get pregnant. And that was not our story. I wasn't prepared to not have a baby, but see my body change in so many ways.
I had spent so long second guessing myself about whether I wanted to become a mother or not, and how that might be possible, and doing that as the authentic me, which is a bisexual woman.
I had a panic attack. Everything seemed overwhelming, and I really wondered, was I up for the role of motherhood?
I was the one that fixed things. That was my whole relationship with my mom. I did the hard things, and I wanted to do the hard thing for my daughter, and I couldn't.
I mean, from the very beginning, I never got that experience of, that so many women anticipate on hearing, like, congratulations, you're gonna be a mom. No, my pilgrimage started with death. It started off with trauma. I was trafficked. After my release, I later learned that I was pregnant, and in the process of her birth, she died.
So my desert moment of motherhood was the day that my 11-year-old son was diagnosed with cancer. And this journey with him, it's fundamentally changed me.
I had given up on everyone and everything, and I realized there that something had to change or my son wasn't going to be around.
Your decisions in life are not a mistake that you keep with you the rest of your life. You can still achieve your goals. It doesn't mean that's the end of the world.
Motherhood has taught me that it's in the deepest, darkest moments, we always have the capacity to dig even deeper, because when we have to show up for someone else, that's often when we can prove our own capacity of resilience and strength.
It's a constant evolution. You're constantly changing. You're constantly moving through all of these different phases, stages, and it's always a surprise. And you become somebody new each time.
I realized in telling the story that the way I was mothered influenced my decision whether or not to have children, but my decision not to have children didn't mean I wasn't going to be mothering in my lifetime.
Probably the greatest thing I've gained in this whole process, in this journey, is that realization that you're never too old to learn about yourself and to forgive yourself.
I can see the mountain. I'm not there. But what I am, what I have discovered, is that there is more to me than my resilience of that situation.
My pilgrimage of motherhood has taught me that self-compassion is my medicine.
Motherhood is everything. It's not just one thing, but it's everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I've learned to prioritize and balance to be the best version of myself.
One thing that this journey has taught me is that I am, in fact, a pretty resilient person.
I hope a takeaway message is that we each have the power to choose the life that we want to live.
You're not alone in whatever is coming up for you. The feelings are real, the feelings are normal. And so I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you choose you.
I hope that for anyone reading my story, that they come away with a sense of hope, that you can face your biggest fear and that there is a path through it.
In this book, you're going to read stories that will blow your mind. Some of the traumas and the heartache and the despair that these women have experienced in their motherhood journeys is unfathomable, and yet they have survived it. They have come together to articulate it and put it down into this book as an offering, because what they want is for you to feel seen, for you to feel understood, and for you to feel a little bit less lonely. And my hope for you as the reader is that you'll find some sense of solidarity and camaraderie, and that you'll feel a little less alone and maybe even inspired to share your own story. Because we don't look away from your pain. That's the only way we can heal, is if we can stare at it straight on, acknowledge it, talk about it, share our stories. And that's what this is. This is an offering for you for transformation and healing.